So we need to evaluate a line integral f dot dr over c, where c is nothing but it's a circle given by the equation x square plus y square equal to a square, and f they have given it as some vector field. So can anybody tell me, so for the circle, okay, how can I take this circle x square plus y square equal to a square? If I want to draw it, it comes in which quadrant? Okay, let me just change the part of the question. Just see, is there any contribution from z axis for this circle? Can you see any z in this curve?
No, ma'am.
No. So what is the value of that z? We have to take it as, z has to be taken as 0, right? Yeah. Usually, now what we have to do when we take for line integral, we have to write the parametric equations, isn't it? Usually, how we write the parametric equations? We start taking as
X equal to T.
x equal to t, then we see y equal to and all that. But all those curves, like if they have given a parabola, some cubic curve and all that, no? So there we cannot draw and get the things. But here for this circle, we have studied. Okay, you have studied about the parametric equations of a circle, isn't it? Can anybody recall what are the parametric equations? Hmm? The parametric equations of the given circle are, yeah, help me in writing this. Okay, now for this circle, now the parameter is t, right? Now can anybody tell me for the circle, the variation of t, this angle theta or t if you take, it varies from, t varies from, see this is a circle. If I want draw it. So here, what is the value of t? 0. If I just take the whole thing, what is this angle? Huh? 360,
2
or
pi.
you can say 2 pi. So this is the variation. Now with this, with parametric equations and the limits, easily we can evaluate the line integral, isn't it? Okay. So now write what is R? What is the standard format for R? What is the position vector we have taken R?
Xi
plus yj plus zk.
Yeah. If you answer, you will become, if you answer no, you will be perfect. Not me. Okay, you will be perfect. Please attempt. So now substitute the values of x, y, z. X is a cos t. So it is xi. Y is a sin t. Yj. And this is 0k. Yeah, this is my R. So to find line integral, so if you differentiate this R with respect to t, what is the differentiation of a cos t? A is constant, cos t minus sin. So it is
minus sin.
minus a sin t I. Huh. What happens to a sin t derivative? Array. Just multiply and tell me what you'll get. What is this? 3 a into a square sin t cos t I minus a sin t j. Correct? This is my f. Let us find f dot dr, okay, dot product of this f and the vector dr by dt. Even what you can do, you can take in the line integral also directly. There is no problem at all. So let me just take this line integral is given by integration over c or integration from a to b. Tell me the simplification, how to write. F dot dr can be written as f dot dr by dt into dt, isn't it? Is equal to. So this is now f dot dr by dt. take the dot product directly here and write down the terms. So multiply corresponding I coefficients. What will get? 3a square sine t cos t into minus a sine t. Help me out in writing. Minus 3a square. Sine into sine is sine square and cos t as it is. Okay. After this, sorry, a cube.
A, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. Okay, better I'll do some mistake, then only you'll answer. Okay. So next, j coefficient, just multiply. This is a cos t into minus a sin t is how much? Minus a square sin t cos t, isn't it? Yeah, this has to be, this I have written f dot dr by dt. What else I have to write is dt. Correct. So I'm writing my dt as it is. Now here we should write the limits. Correct. So what are the limits for t? T is varying from 0 to 2 pi. Yeah. Can anybody tell me what is the integration here? Have you studied some formula like this? It is like integration of f of x raised to some power n. This function may be anything and the power may be anything. But suppose if you have the derivative of this inside function as a product, what is the value of this? There is an integration formula. Help me out in writing. We have some function with some power n. Suppose its derivative, this inside what you have now, its derivative is there as a product. How can we write this integration? We can write it as, no one knows.
F of x. F
Only
of
f
x.
of, only f of x. It is raised to the power n, so there is no contribution from n. Raised to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, please make a note of it. So let us apply that. So why I'm applying, I'll just tell you. I'll take 3a cube out. Okay, it's constant. Now here this I'll write it as sine t to the power 2. Am I right? Sine square t is sine t to the power 2. Can you tell me what is the derivative of sine? What is the differentiation of sine? Cos. So isn't it, it is available as a product here. So my f of x is sine, my n is 2, correct? My f dash is cos t. So just apply the integration and tell me what you will get for this. Exactly, same formula. Let me see who will tell me the answer first. Try to relate this to this formula. First, what I've done here, I've increased the power of this f of x by 1 divided by increased power, isn't it? What is my f of x here is sine t.
Sine.
Yeah, increase its power by 1. What will get? Sine
Cube t by 3.
By 3. Very good. So what are the limits? 0 to 2 pi. Similarly here, this a square I'll write out. Now, isn't it again same formula is applicable? What is the power of sine here? Isn't not it is 1? If you apply the same formula, what is the value of this integral? What is the integration of this?
Sine square t by 2.
Very good. So try to relate this with the standard things. Can anybody tell me what is the last answer? Can you tell me what should, okay, what is the answer now? Very interesting answer is there. See, you have to substitute 0. Very good. Who is this? Who is this?
Sonali.
Sonali. Yes, tell me why it is 0.
Sine 2 pi is also 0 and we'll get sine 0 is also 0.
Very good. See the thing here, we have this t is depending on sine. Sine of 2 pi and sine of 0, both are 0. So if you substitute in both the things, obviously it is going to be 0. So just write the reason, sine of 2 pi or sine of 0, if you take, both are 0. Got the thing? After doing everything, here 0, but not to worry, you'll get full marks. Is the part clear? So this is little different. Why it is different? Because they have given a circle For circle, we can't take the parametric equations as x equal to t and all that. We have to take the standard format. Am I clear with this example? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Now you can write the next one. So see, if you compare this question with the earlier one, both looks to be similar because the circular path is okay, almost similar. But the thing is here, if you just see this is little complicated. If you just use the same parametric equations in the beginning and solve it, it is going to be little more complicated and you cannot end up with the answer. So purposely I have kept these two problems at the end. The paths are same, but solving part is different. So what we are going to do for this, so you can mark it with a star, that it is a typical example where we are going to write in terms of x and y. Okay, till we substitute in the integration. So after in the integral we simplify, then we substitute the parametric equations. Did you get the what is the thing we have to take? This is what we have to take. So just see here we have that it is in now if you just see clearly x square plus y square equal to a square means what are the parametric equations? What are the parametric equations?
X equal to a cos theta.
Yeah, again same, x equal to a cos t, y equal to a sin t, and z equal to 0. So in the beginning, we are not going to convert in terms of t. Okay. So now, so just write one line here. As the particle moves in xy plane, as the particle moves in xy plane, therefore z is equal to 0. Z is equal to 0. Now, what is my r? What is the standard format r? What is r?
xi plus yj plus zk.
Yes, zk. Right. Now here z is 0 means what will remain with? It is only xi plus yj, isn't it?
Plus yj.
Okay. So here what I'll do, this is not converted in terms of t. So I will not differentiate with respect to t. I'll just take dr. Means I'm just differentiating, that's all. So can you tell me what is the differentiation of this xi plus yj?
dxi plus dyj.
Very good. dxi plus dyj. Only thing we are not doing with respect to t. That's all. Okay. And if we are aware, this is what we have it. So let us take the line integral directly. Okay. So if you want, just you can make a note here. Parametric equations are this we are going to solve, substitute little later on. Parametric equations are x equal to a cos t, y equal to a sin t, and z equal to 0. Okay, for the given circle. So tell me, what is the next step? गेलाच मी आणि मीटिंग मध्ये. रिअली एवढं डोक्यावर व्याप आहे खरंच वाटायला ए तगिरो माशी बरात येत ನೋಡ ಹೊಲಸನ ಇದು तुला करायचं तर बंद करायचं नाही तर राहून ते चाललं असतं. Just tell me the dot product of these two vectors, how we have to do it. We need to multiply corresponding I coefficients. j and k, isn't it? So multiply I coefficients. Tell me what you'll get. Multiply the I coefficients of f and dr. Tell me what you'll get. Sin y dx, correct? Plus take this inside, x inside, and just multiply with dy. So x into dy means what you'll get? X dy. X into cos y into dy. X cos y dy. Dy, sorry. Is the step clear? Now, here we apply one simplification. Just see these two terms, sin y dx and x cos y dy. I'm going to write one step over here. That is a typical step here in this problem. I'll write this as derivative of x sin y. Just check, is it correct? Can we write the two terms as derivative of x sin y? Okay, just see sin y dx and x cos y dy is there, no? I will write it as the derivative of x into sin y. Just check, is it correct or no? See, how you differentiate x into sin y, by which rule? Product rule. So what you do? You just keep sin y, suppose you have kept sin y as it is. What is the derivative of x is dx, isn't it? Okay, plus. Now I'll keep x as it is. So what is the derivative of sin y? Cos y dy. Cos y dy. So isn't it these two terms you can write like this? So this is one step which is important. If you don't do it, no, then you cannot get the answer. You cannot evaluate and get the answer for this. So just if you want, just mark this step with a star. You can remember it easily. Okay. Yes. So then see, I'm writing these two terms as this. So I have to continue my x dy term as it is. After writing this, now you substitute for the parametric equations. Substitute the values of x and y. So this is going to be now integration. So this is d. What is my x? What is the parametric equation for this problem? What is x equal to? X equal to?
A cos t. ma'am.
Yeah, a cos t. Then it is sine of y. So sine of a, what is my y? A sine t, correct? Plus x into dy. What is my x? A cos t and d operating on a sine t. Okay. Can you tell me what is a variable here? What is a variable we have in this integral? Integrand function? T, correct. So we need to write the limits for t here. So t is varying from, so this is being a circle varying from 0 to 360, 2 pi. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me what is the integration of differentiation of this term? What is the integration? Yeah, that function itself. Okay, because integration and differentiation are reverse process. So that you are going to get back this function only. What is that? A cos t, okay, sine of a sine t as it is. Now still we have to substitute the limit, isn't it? So t varying from 0 to 2 pi. Now I'll keep this term one more as second term and I'll do the integration. Now you can observe here, this is a which comes out, correct? So a I can take out. Next it is integration of cos t, cos t. Next it is d applying on a sin t. What is the meaning d applying on means? It's a differential operator. So what is the derivative of a sin t? Differentiation of a sin t will be
A cos t.
a cos t. So that a and this a I'll write a square, and the derivative of sin t obtained, which is cos t, I'll make it this as square. Is it correct? Okay, so this the derivative of a sin t is a cos t dt. This is important. This is dt. Else integration cannot be performed without this. Okay. Now after writing this, can anybody tell me what is the value of the first term? That is, it's so complicated, I agree, but you can just observe one thing over here and you can tell me the value of this directly. There won't be much difficulty.
0.
Zero.
Zero.
Very good. Because
Zero.
you can see this is sine of some angle and this is also depending on sine t. And we have observed that sine 2 pi and sine 0 is 0. So this term is going to be 0 and this is multiplied term. So this value may exist, but if you are multiplying any value with 0, what is the ultimate answer is 0. So first term is 0. Now, can I integrate this by keeping it as cos square? If I keep it as cos square, can I integrate? No. We have to simplify it. What is that simplification? How to write cos square to integrate?
Cos cube by 3.
1 plus cos 2.
1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2.
2t divided by 2. We cannot write. It is not x, Mr. What you said cos cube is wrong. This is now, we have to use a formula. You learned this. Okay, this is cos square t should be written as 1 plus cos 2t divided by 2 and t varying from 0 to 2 pi. Yes. Now we can integrate it. Okay. So I'll take this a outside. It is a square by 2 out. Remaining, what is the integration of 1 with respect to t? 1 with respect to t is t plus
T.
sine 2, sorry, cos 2t becomes integration of cos.
Sin
Cos
2t into
2t divided by t.
Sine,
No, integration of cos is
sine,
cos
sine t,
sin
ma'am.
2t divided by 2.
very good. It is sine of 2t divided by 2. Correct. What are the limits? 0 to 2 pi. Can anybody tell me any term turning to be 0 here? Any term going to be 0? Yeah, obviously sine 2t becomes 0 because again we have the same limits 2 pi and 0. So here this exists only for this t. So this t you replace it as upper limit minus lower limit plus the second term is going to be 0 only. So what is the answer? A can be cancelled. Ultimately
A
what
square
remains?
pi.
A square pi. Okay. Hope you understood this problem. And what is the typical thing of this is don't substitute parametric in the beginning. You should substitute after doing this simplification, this step. Got it? Yeah, this completes about the line integral. From this part, you can expect one question, maybe on line integral or work done. I have covered up all variety of problems. Not to worry, don't get scared of integration. You remember the procedure, how to do it. And if you practice the example, you will be more perfect. Okay. Yeah, this is about the first concept of vector integration. Next, we have three theorems: Green's, Stokes, and Gauss theorem. Not to worry, I know you are scared of theorems and all. Here, we have only the statement. So by using the statement of the theorem, we have to solve the problem. So by using these three theorems, we are again going to evaluate the line integral in different ways. Are you getting it? See, by using the definition, we know now how to evaluate a line integral, isn't it? We have to take f dot dr, which is converted as f dot dr by dt into dt. Then we have to perform the integration, isn't it? Similarly, By using these three theorems, we are going to evaluate the line integral only, but different ways. So in the example, if it is mentioned by you have to do by particular theorem, go according to that. So among the three theorems, the simplest one among the three is nothing but Green's theorem. This is called as Green's theorem in a plane. The statement of this, even we use it for fourth semester. There is one theorem in Cauchy's theorem is there in for fourth semester. We use the statement of this. Now let it be. Okay, let it be. Just I'll give you the statement. Then they will ask us to evaluate line integral using Green's theorem. That time we have to use it. Okay, yeah. Just all of you just write down the statement of the theorem. Let m of x comma y and n of x comma y be two functions defined in a region A. And where is this region? This is only in xy plane. So there is no contribution from z. You can observe here m and n are functions of what? X and y only. Okay, so that means there is no part of the curve in the z plane. With a simple closed curve C as its boundary. Okay, then we can write integration of m dx plus n dy over C as double integration over A dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy. Can anybody recall this type of thing you have learned in one of the concepts? Let me see your memory. Where you learned?
Exact differential
Very
form.
good. Very good.
Bernoulli.
Not Bernoulli is exact differential equation you learned. M dx plus n dy equal to 0 is exact if, what is that condition? What condition you have? Dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x, no? Then you write
Yes,
the general solution in different way. Here also we have same thing. See, see how to remember. And I'll tell you why we have to use this Green's theorem is, see in this integration, how many variables are there? How many variables are there?
Two variables.
What are they? X and Y, obviously, right? So this is what single integration or double integration or triple integration, if I write like this. This is a?
Double integration.
No, this side, LHS part. Single
Single
integration.
integration.
So here this is a
Single.
single integration and you have here two variables. So it will be little difficult to evaluate. So Green's theorem will help us to convert it in terms of double integration. You have learned double integration also in first semester, right? So isn't it evaluation of double integral is easy? Okay. So first we have to integrate. Suppose if you are integrating with respect to x, you have to treat y as constant, then substitute the limit, then you have to integrate it, isn't it? So as there are two variables, integration of this part is really difficult because this is single. So Green's theorem has helped us to convert it in terms of a double integration. See how to write it. M is attached to x, n is attached to y. So what you have to take? And m is first place. Here you have to take n in the first place. Reverse case. Okay. So m is attached to x. So you should write it as dou m by dou y. N is attached to y. Write it as dou n by dou x. Then dx dy. No confusions, no mistakes. Remember the symmetry. So if m and n are two functions defined in some region A, and there is no contribution from z plane, so by using Green's theorem, we can write m dx plus n dy in terms of this double integration. Hopefully all of you have written the statement. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll take one simple example and try to evaluate this using Green's theorem. So what they will do, they will just give one problem and they'll ask you to evaluate by some particular theorem. Okay, right. Apply Green's theorem to evaluate integration over C 2x square minus y square dx plus x square plus y square dy, where C is the boundary of the area enclosed by x-axis and the upper half of the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. Okay, purposely I have taken a problem, but because just now we have solved a similar example, right? Okay. So here we have to apply the Green's theorem to evaluate this integral. And what they have given, this C is nothing but the boundary